So, welcome back to my channel, everybody. And today, I'm sure you have seen this beautiful damsel, this Oyin next to me. Somebody's wife, by the way, honestly. But yeah, I'm here with one of my closest friends.
Hi.
Oyin is come to join us on Let's Talk. This is officially episode 1. And we are going to be talking about the topic of friendship. And who better to bring on here to talk about this with me than my friend, my bestie.
Aww.
I've known this girl since secondary school, yeah.
Since when?
Since secondary school.
Yeah, but how many years is that?
Oh,
that's a long time.
that's a long time.
Over a decade, guys.
And we weren't friends, and then we were friends.
Yeah.
We unfounded each other, found
Yeah.
each other. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's been a while. But first, to warm up, we're gonna play a game. We're gonna play Would You Rather. So we're gonna ask each other questions. So I will ask Oyindasola a question, and she will guess what my answer would be to see how well she knows me, and then we'll
switch
flip it.
over.
Do you want to start or I should start?
You
Let me
can go
start.
first.
Oh. Right. So I ask you, you're saying the answer's about me, right?
Yes.
Okay, what is this one?
I hope I get them. 'Cause it's gonna be embarrassing.
Would I rather basically have a 1-minute conversation with your past self or your future self?
I feel like your future self.
Yeah. Who wants to talk to Who wants to talk to their past self? Like, for what? Like, I need
but
my
that might change the trajectory of your life if you speak to your past self.
Oh, I wasn't thinking like that. I need my future self to tell me.
Yeah, I know you want to know.
I want to know.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
are we doing?
Yeah.
How big is the bank account? What can I do right now? I need to know
Yeah.
these things. Do you want to ask me one, or I should ask
just
her?
get
Let me
to
ask
three.
her.
Yeah.
Aww.
That was a good one.
This one will be an easy one for you now. Would I rather look like a fish or smell like a fish? God.
I feel like you'd rather look like one than smell like one. No, you'd rather smell like one because you could use all your perfumes to hide it. To
I was
mask
gonna
it.
say.
Yeah. You'd rather smell like one. Yeah.
Glycolic acid. Shout out to that girl, because
You know what to do to like tame it.
if I smell like a fish,
Yeah.
only you, my husband, my children would know. Everybody else outside can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
If anybody out there, you smell like a fish, you need help, shout me. They're products.
Because you're an expert.
Like, there are things
She knows
to
how
do.
to know. When it comes to smell, she knows
Maybe.
how to
Get it
She
together.
get you smelling good. Yeah.
What's this one? Wow, some of these questions. Okay, would you rather have only 7 fingers or only 7 toes? Me, would I rather have only 7 fingers or only 7 toes?
Only 7 fingers or only 7 toes.
7. Guys.
As in,
how would they be spread? Is it gonna look like this, or is it gonna look? Which ones
maybe
go?
3 on 1 and 4 on the other.
Which fingers go?
I don't know what you would want. I'd say your feet.
Yeah,
Because you can hide it.
exactly. Like, imagine you see someone now, it's like, oh,
Yeah, your toes.
This
'Cause
like-
then you can hide it.
and how do I do my nails? Excuse me.
Exactly.
Hello. When I
Yeah.
do the
Yeah.
7 toes is fine. We'll
Yeah.
wear socks for the rest
You
of our
don't even
lives.
like your toes anyway.
Exactly,
So-
and I have 5. Chocolates, 5. I have 10.
Yeah. You only have 5. Yeah. She's got 5 toes.
5 toes on each, like 10. And now today I have 7. Would they need 7 on each foot? I don't know.
Either way,
Either
odd.
toes.
It's abnormal. So
Toes.
Yeah.
I picked toes. Your turn.
okay.
Oh, you got all my questions right?
Well, that's good.
I picked good questions for you.
Okay. What is that? It's supposed to be you signaling
Let's
lane.
see.
Okay.
I finished all the good questions.
Yeah, you did. Would I rather communicate telepathically or know every single language on the planet?
Ooh. So be able to drop what you're saying in someone's mind, but without them knowing that you're saying it, but they
Yeah.
just know.
Yeah.
I think that one.
Versus knowing every language in the world.
Well, you said it like that. Do you want to know every language in the
I would rather know every
for
language.
real?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm too in everybody's business, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking of me because I don't like
Yeah.
communicating certain things.
Yeah, I guess so. But I feel like that's manipulation. If you're like dropping,
Just drop thoughts in
Yeah.
people's head.
I
Go
would
and
rather
book.
just know how to.
Go and buy
Yeah.
Oh, Fez.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me another one. Let me not think about it. Let me think how you would think.
Exactly. How
Okay.
I would think. This is so weird. Would
Ask
you
it.
rather be constantly sticky or constantly itchy? Would I rather be constantly sticky or constantly itchy?
Constantly itchy.
Yeah.
You can use things for that.
Yeah.
It's
Why would I want to be sticky?
Sticky, like something's gumming you.
Like a snail. Like I've just got
you
trails.
just leave stuff everywhere. Like if you sit down here and get up, there's
Absolutely not.
You have a little what's that?
Absolutely not.
No.
Okay.
Last one.
Ooh. Okay. Would I rather be chased through the forest by a zombie or by a lion?
Look at me. Look. I'm getting lion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know why. There's no real
reason.
I don't really want to be eaten by
It's
cannibal.
also because we're black people, because Stallone always playing with zombie.
Apocalypse. Yes, not me.
But it's no. That feels
me.
demonic. That feels like no.
At least with a lion, I feel like, not that I'd be prepared, but there must be some way of like making it chill out.
What are you gonna do?
They're like cats, you know. So maybe
oh.
maybe you have like a laser pen and it gets distracted.
That's your tactic.
A zombie, what are you gonna do?
Please, just
unless you
blood of
literally
Jesus.
have a weapon.
In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus.
Yeah, by the time you're seeing a zombie, Jesus already come and gone.
For real.
There's no point.
You wouldn't even find me in forest.
There's no point.
So that's what I was gonna ask. How'd you get to the forest?
That's true. That is true.
How'd you get there?
These scenarios are very
wild.
interesting. But
anyway,
yeah,
that was just a bit of fun. But now on to the questions, the topic at hand. So our topic today is friendship.
Yeah.
So my question for you is, how would you say friendship and your friends and just that whole dynamic has changed for you over the years as you've grown older? So for context, we're in our late 20s. We're 28. Yeah, so...
Were you checking? With me?
No. I said late 20s, and I was also now like, which one is late? Like,
yeah, we
just
are.
Give the age. Yeah.
So how have I found friendship? I feel like I'm a kind of peculiar person, just because I've not really, like, in terms of people that I keep close, like I'm maybe not peculiar. I guess quite a few people are like this, where it's like they've just remained constant. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
So,
I think for you,
I've not really branched much. It's only been like certain things, like for us, you moving closer, like that was like really like out of the blue kind of thing, versus like me going out to find friends. It's been really bad. I don't know. I've just been really reserved about it. So yeah, like I would say like secondary school, when we knew each other, the whole first 5 years, I was in a friendship group who I had nothing in common with them, really.
For real. She was acting like she didn't even... We were in school together. She was acting like she didn't like us. And it's like, girl...
But I was at a disadvantage because I was segregated from all the other, like, black people from the year.
You're on the other side of the year.
So we had two sides of the year. The first side did German, the other side did French. And, like, all the black people were on the French side.
Why did they do that?
I was the only I mean, there were other, like, maybe, like...
There were guys,
but there were no girls on my side.
Girls.
So I didn't really have that many people I could make friends with. And to be fair, at that time, I was kind of, like, quite afraid of, like, black people. Only because of, like, what... You know when your parents are like, don't go around, like, with... Don't chill out with silly people.
And that's how she was looking. We were the only random that she was looking at.
I mean, you guys were loud.
Yeah, in the corridor. She used to look at us like, who are these?
Why they make so much noise?
Who are these uncles? Like
yeah.
Street urchins?
Yeah, I think friendship, I didn't really have friends like that. The only place I had it was probably church. And even then, I didn't want to mix with people who I thought might be a bad influence. And there were a lot of people who were like MSM gang, all of them. Wow. I didn't have any of that.
So you avoided all of that?
I avoided it, but then that meant I wasn't that social, which is not great. So it wasn't until sixth form that I started like opening up a bit more, and like I had friends, like people who came into the school, like Farina, and then I got to know Debbie a bit more, and yeah, I was speaking to you. I don't know, there was like a brief stint of like GCSE time that we were like revising together and talking together.
I came over.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, I think I've just kind of lucked out a little bit because I don't think I've made that much of an effort initially. So yeah, and then uni, sort of the same. I kind of had a peculiar experience with uni because I ended up going to Belfast. So I was in Northern Ireland. The school was like 90% Irish people who already go to secondary schools in the area, so they all kind of came with their friends into the uni, so that was already quite difficult. They would all go home on the weekends. So yeah, first year accommodation's dead because everyone's gone home to do their laundry, and it's just like, is that what uni is about? You're paying for accommodation, you're going back home. But
please don't knock it. I did that. I took my laundry home every weekend.
It's wonderful if you have the option, but it's just like when you're so far from home and like that's the one time you have to socialize and there's no one around.
Oh wow. Like, how do you then make friendships?
Yeah.
See, for me, what you said, I think it's not, I've always been like a social person, but I wouldn't say I started to make proper friendships until like uni.
Yeah.
Because I think I went through a lot of school not really knowing who I was, still trying to figure out myself, and just relying on personality as an, I'm fun.
Yeah.
So then not really knowing how to keep friendships. And yeah, I think if I look back, that was the thing. It was we hang out. Like, I really struggled with friendships, especially in secondary school, where it's like everything is in cliques. So in my head, it's like, those people are my friends. But it's like, well, you don't really know them.
Like that,
But I couldn't know them because I was still figuring out who's Moyo and rather than trying to fit in. And I guess that's what those years are for, right?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, a lot of the times friendships in those periods are just out of convenience because you're in the same place, I'm in the same place, so we're besties. And to be fair, I think what kind of did me in was the fact that a lot of the people that were in the friendship circle I was a part of, they all had common things. So a lot of my friends, they were Oriental, so they all had Chinese school on Saturday, and their parents either owned restaurants or nail bars, and it's not stereotypical, that's genuinely what their parents owned, and so they would go over to each other's like to hang out after school, and I wasn't allowed to hang out after school. So it's kind of like they're having this sort of added layer of intimacy and like familiarity that I wasn't privy to. So
exactly. And I think that's so important when you said about intimacy, because I think that's something now, touching on you saying that you've not really made any new friends, because I can relate to that in that as I've gotten older, I'm so protective of the circle that I have now, because it's like, I know these people, and even with new friendships, I have been trying making new friends, but it's just the effort, the effort level with new friendships, and just the thing,
like, how do we go deeper? Because I feel like when you meet someone who's like a complete stranger to you, unless you've met because of something, so I'd say now that I have more of a community now purely because I'm more engaged with church, and I live in a place where they're not that far from me, so we're always seeing each other, we're always bumping into each other, but it's like, otherwise,
where would I see you?
Yeah,
how would I meet you?
And even like, what do we speak on after? How are you? How's your week? What do you do for work?
And understanding that as you've gotten older, you have to be so intentional with your friendships. Like, I've had to understand the idea of, it's okay to schedule your catch-ups. Like, I used to be so opposed to it. When you would message me and be like, so should we catch up Thursday 6 p.m? I'm like, wow. Yeah. I'm a Thursday 6 p.m. friend now, you know?
But you know, if I'm putting you in my calendar, it means you mean a lot.
Right? And I have to understand that I can't resist this. Yeah. I have to do the same thing, especially if I'm saying like, okay, I want this friendship to work. I have to actively make time for that intimacy, because that's the only way the friendship gets deeper. You can't meet someone and be like, I like this person. I think we get on, and there isn't that space for you to like, actually
flourish it.
Know each other. Yeah. But so we started talking about new friendships, but what's been stopping you? Because you've been saying that you found it hard with new friends. What would you say has been holding you back?
I mean, to be fair, like, I've kind of gotten over the hump. I think when I came back from uni, which is now a little while.
You're saying like
in my mind it was just last year, but it's been a few years now. I think for me, I was just like, God, like, I need help, because I don't typically approach people. if they talk to me, fine. And I think because I'm quite discerning of people, initially I think I was judgmental, I would say, back in school. But I think now I've learned that there is a discernment element there. I shouldn't necessarily then like completely cut it off because of that. But it's something that, okay, my spirit's like, I'm made aware of something. I engage in conversation, and if I feel like that thing props up, then I'm a bit more careful. But I would say that what's stopping me now, I think just what you said, like sometimes people aren't intentional to go deeper. I feel like I've had a lot of conversations, too many conversations with people who I'm getting to know and I'm getting to meet, and I'm just here like, we're saying the same thing over and over every time we see each other. Is there anything new? Is there anything deeper? Is there anything more? But again, that depends on what the other person's looking for in a friendship. Because if they're not looking for the same thing, then...
Exactly. Yeah. And for me, it's that, because you know my struggles recently with my bestie. Like she said, we used to live really close to each other. So she was actually my down the road friend, or this friend is in close proximity to me. So like, I'll just be like, oh yeah, I'm coming over. We can catch up. Yeah. But then when she moved away to go and live with her husband, me too, I moved to live with my husband, but I stayed in the area. You know, she left me. But I realized that there is this void of I don't have someone close to me. All my friends are very far. And I remember telling you like, oh, and you were like, Moya, you have to do stuff in your community. You have to get out. But for me, the thing is, if I'm coming with this energy, or you seem like you want to be my friend, I know I want to be your friend, and it's like what you're saying, your words and your actions are not matching up. I'm very strike one, strike two, bye bye. And I'm that thing about discernment also, like I know I share with my husband all the time, I'm like, oh, something just feels off. If I feel that once, I feel that twice. Like, it's like
you have to be careful. Yeah,
it's fine. But what I've also learned, because I've made a new friend recently. Shout out to my new friend. But it's okay that you guys are not gonna be like this straight away. Yeah. But it's also okay to make a bit more effort and be a bit not forward, but like intentional in that. Yeah. Letting that person know that you want to be their friend. Like, for example, if they text you, I have a bad habit of reading a message, replying in my head. If I do that with Oyin, she'll have grace for me. I know that, well, yeah, it's okay, you didn't reply that message. She'll even message me again. But it's like, if this is a new friendship, you need to be careful, because those things are going to communicate to that person that you don't care. And you do. So it's fine.
I think that's what makes it a bit harder now that we're adults, because like we have commitments and we have things going on, and it can feel overwhelming at times. And it's like, when you already have your habits, you're your own person, and then someone else is invited into that space, and it's like their impression of you matters. And so you do have to sort of like, even for a period, make it clear that I am very intentional in this, and then after that, you understand, you have stuff going on, I have stuff going on, it's fine, but it's not always that easy. And I think communicating, because some people, like, I think there's also this idea that like it's gonna just flow, and it's like sometimes no. Remember, I've had a conversation with you. I had a conversation with my other two or three of my close friends, and I was just like, okay, what do you actually need from me right now? And like that is big adulting. Actually, like
big girl,
we're gonna have a conversation. What do we need? What do we need? Like, because we can't just be floating and like going with the flow, because it will either fizzle out, or someone's gonna get frustrated that they're putting more effort than the other
you're not
person.
Giving me this.
So yeah.
And also just it's that intentionality, because even with the friends that you have, if you think about it, if you're looking to make new friends, the friendship that you have, there's something keeping it. Yeah. Either it's because I do know girls, we do this where it's like, oh, I've known them for so long. But if it's like proper friendships, like you said, there's something keeping it. Yeah. For me and you, it's just that I know that there's no guard. Like I can be 100%. There's no conversation.
Likewise, yeah.
I can't have with you. Yeah. And I think it's what you said about being intentional, because very recently I said to her, and I was like, I feel like we're distant. Like I'm struggling with the fact that you don't live close to me, and I know we can talk on the phone, but you're not the friend that I talk on the phone with for a long time, and it doesn't feel the same. Yeah. And look who came to visit me, like, but it takes honestly, like, friendships are just as important as any other relationship, and you need to nurture it in that way. Yeah. And another thing I wanted to mention with new friendships is just giving grace, because I think when you mention about it's very important if I put you in my calendar, I know me, someone, especially with a new friendship, if I'm like, oh, when can we catch up, then you tell me next week Next week Wednesday, I'm like, okay. So I'm next week's priority. But it's like, you can give grace that people don't have the same schedule as you. I work from home, so I will FaceTime you at 12 p.m. on a Wednesday, because why are you not at home?
Yeah.
Right? And I need to understand that, no, other people are at work, other people have this going on. So just that grace that I think that's the main thing as we've gotten older, that has changed with friendships. It can't just be instantly.
Yeah. And I think as well, like, it's okay, because I was saying earlier about, like, sometimes what's been stopping me is, like, I've not gone beyond the surface level. There are some people where, like, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Like, I'm content with that being a relationship. Do you know what I mean? But then it's just, like, there are others where it's just, like, I want you to add value in my life. I want to pour into you. I want you to pour into me. And so for that to happen, it's going to need to go deep. And the thing is also, like, I only have so much capacity as a human being.
So, right.
So I feel like I've been a bit more picky now with people that I let in that deep, because it's just like,
so right.
when I have a friend, like, I'm going to give you 1,000%. So it's like, it's like, if I don't feel like I have the energy for it, I'm sorry.
It's so funny that you touched on that, because to bring you guys all in on one of my therapy sessions, but I remember a point coming up where I was like, I really want to be close. I want to do this for this person. And my therapist prompted me. I was like, well, but do you think that it's not a thing of, it's like you don't have any more capacity? And that is so true when it comes to friendships, is as much as you can desire friendship with people, not everybody is going to be your sister, your ride or die, this is my person. Like, you can't be that for everyone. And I think it's very wise and a thing of maturity to know that actually what this person wants from me, I can't give them without hurting them. And like I said, everyone's not going to be your close. It might just be we're good, we talk sometimes, we chit chat, but it's not
absolutely, yeah. Like, I have friends, I'm like, I'm personally not a low maintenance friend on, like, a day-to-day basis, but I realized that just the nature of my friendship with this particular person that I'm thinking of, like, they live in another country. They now have a baby. She's absolutely wonderful. Whenever we do catch up, it's one of those things where it's just like, no time has passed. But, like, I've not spoken to her in months now, and I'm perfectly fine with that. And it's just like, it's okay. Like,
it's okay. And you saying that, I have a friend exactly like that. We can speak. I think the longest we went without speaking was like 3 years.
Wow.
Just watching each other's story on Instagram like this. And when we had a catch up, we spoke for like 3 hours, and like you said, no space. And just, we know what our friendship is. If I see you, it's on. But also there's that space, and that we're in completely different stages of our lives. Again, she's not in this country, she's not here. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
And we used to be people that were very 5 and 6, living together, very, very close. And now it's like, you're not there. But naturally, that friendship, for me, it just moved and it just changed. But what stayed consistent, okay, we don't talk every day, but when we do, it's like, okay, let me fill you in. Let's catch up. And I think it's mutual. That only works because I'm not here thinking, why isn't she calling me? And she's not here she doesn't see anything I post and think, you're living your life. It has to be two-sided, otherwise one person gets really, really hurt.
Yeah, that's interesting though. So, like, obviously your relationship and friendship evolved. For us now, there is potential for that. In my case, there's a potential I might move even further. So it's just like,
let me start crying
so
now.
It's just like, we know that it's inevitable, it's coming, but it's just like, how do we stay intentional? If the intention is for us to still be as close as we are, how is that going to now look? How is that going to, like, change shape? Kind of thing?
And it is that thing, if you say this person means as much as they do to you, then your actions will show that, right? Yeah. So it is just...
So that means you're going to be flying down,
catching these flights. Honestly, we are catching flights for real. Yeah. But yeah, just to wrap all of that up, question for you. Do you have any friendship pet peeves?
Pet peeves?
In friendships? No? Relationship?
I mean,
like that would, like, if someone did, it's like red flag, or
there are loads of things that could be red flags, but in terms of things that I'm thinking on right now, it's just
because pet peeves and red flags are different. So maybe we should do red flags and we should do pet peeves.
Okay, so which one should I do?
I'm going to red flags first because that's serious.
That's heavy.
That's no.
Yeah.
Pet peeve is if you do it, it's going to irritate me. But
Yeah.
it's okay.
Okay.
So tell me either and tell me what they are for you.
Okay. So red flags for me would be, and I was speaking to a friend recently about this, is like if I don't feel, and she actually found the term for it, and I was like, wow, psychologically safe with this person. So if they constantly make me feel stupid or I can't feel like I can raise something with them, because you know, like with our friendship, it's give and take. It depends on the season. You might have more to give, I might have more to give. Fair enough. But if you were to come to me with something, say an issue we're dealing with or something that you're working through, and I make you feel like stupid about it, or a different example would be like if you wanted to pull me up on something, let's say for instance you're like, oh yeah, I didn't like the way you spoke to me that time, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what kind of like gaslighting? So I don't like that. And some people do it jokingly. I was like, oh, you're so stupid. Or I said, please, don't be calling me on a regular basis.
Red flag.
No, red flag.
I agree.
On a regular basis, I don't need that in my space.
I agree.
So that would be one. And pet peeve would be, I have two. So the first one is if you say we're gonna, I think now I'm showing more grace with it now because I just know certain people are the way that they are. But I really like arriving to places on time. And if I don't arrive on time, at least just let me know. No, not you. Not even. Because the thing is, I would rather it be a thing. Because you know me. If I'm late to something, I'll be messaging. Yep. When I used to drive, I'd be like, I'm 5 minutes.
I'm down.
I'm 10 minutes.
I'm parking by. I'm walking to.
Just to like keep the person. That's just how I am. Just to keep the person like
in the loop
if things change, because
I think that's important.
That's just me. So communicating when you're trying to do something with each other or whatever, like just let it be known, if I'm gonna be late, this is why. And the other one is if you're asking me questions for things I've already given you answer for. So for example,
you don't like my answer. I'm waiting to hear your answer.
I don't know why it irritates me so much, but it's just like, let's say someone's been like, oh, how was your week? And I've said, oh, I did this, this, and this. And then they now ask me, oh, what did you do on Tuesday? And I'm just like, I just told you.
I don't like that either. I
just told you what I did.
You're
not you don't listen. Basically, you're just asking me for the sake of it. You're not actually listening to my reply.
No, that's annoying. I don't like that. That's really, really annoying.
I really don't like it.
I'm like, I like all your pet peeves. They're good ones. I can just think of red flags.
Yeah,
but I think red flag for me, when your words don't match your actions. I was going to put that as pet peeve, but it's
a red flag.
It's a red flag. Yeah. When you're just flaky, like you say one thing and you're doing something else. That for me is the biggest reason that I've cut people out of my life. Yeah, because for me, if your words don't match your, I like to think that I'm quite an open book, especially if I'm like, oh, I like this person, I want to be your friend. I'll be very much, this is me. And if I feel like I'm not getting authentic you back, or you're saying one thing, pack it up, shut it up, I'm out of here. Because you just told me that I brought myself as I am, you don't like it. And it's okay. But swiftly, I'm gonna go. I know when I'm not wanted.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what is a pet peeve. That listening one is big. What's a pet peeve? It still goes to the same thing. Being flaky, I'm trying to have more grace for it. But if you're a flaky person, again, it's this actions and words, but flakiness is not as serious as a being inauthentic, I guess is the first one. But flakiness is like, okay, sometimes you can be going through things. I'm trying to be more graceful, but
for me, it's just communicate.
Yeah.
If you can't do something anymore, just say I can't.
And don't communicate to me the day before
it,
especially if you said, oh, this is good now, this is if anybody feels shitted, not talking about you. If you think I'm talking about you, can't fix your ways. No, being flaky, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Right, so to wrap things, we're wrapping up. What advice would you give to your younger self, especially you saying about younger you being excluded from people? I even wanted to get into that. Like, did part of you think you needed to make friends with black people, or you were just saying that's why you want friends with us?
What, feeling excluded? I didn't think it was just what it was. Okay. I didn't feel excluded because I felt like you all knew who I was.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't a thing where I felt like alienated or anything.
Oh, it was just factual.
I was just there. Yeah. I mean, I hated it because I was just like, I wish I was with people that I could relate with, in terms of shared experiences and stuff. But I mean, I got that in the end anyway. But I definitely know that there were definitely bouts of like loneliness, like especially like year 9 times, because I remember that I ended up, when people started picking subjects and stuff, I ended up doing subjects very different to what they did, and so it's just like, well, now I definitely don't have anyone like so yeah, I think I would tell myself what you said at the start, which is just like, get to know yourself. As much as it seems like a cop out, but it's just like, I wish I'd appreciated that time to myself a bit more. And then I think I would have just appreciated, you know, the friendships that kind of came along the way after that.
I think that's perfect. Yeah, I think I would echo that, because I think as a young girl, I ran away from that a lot, almost feeling like, kept trying to tell myself, oh no, like almost trying to count friends, like, oh, this person's my friend, this person's my friend. But it really took me getting to uni and understanding, like, you don't even know you, like, how can you, like, what do you think you share with this person that you're calling your friend? That's why it's not lasting. Like, rather than trying to chase, rather than trying to chase a friendship group and be part of a group so bad, be okay with you. Like, there's someone for everybody. People out there are gonna gravitate to you, but you know that they're gravitating to you rather than a persona that you're trying to put on because you want to look a certain way. Yeah, for real. Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in to Let's Talk. Remember to subscribe, comment, all of that. I'll put her socials in the description. If you want to go and follow her, stalk her page, whichever one, feel free. And yeah, comment any questions you have for us or topics you'd like to see in the future. But otherwise, bye from us.